So now I'm going to give you a little demonstration on how to shuck oysters. We have a variety of different sizes here, very small petites and larger. This is a Watch Hill oyster. Make sure your oysters are nice and clean, scrub them off so there's no mud or dirt on the outside. You want to have a glove that's to help protect your hand, mostly from the sharp edges of the oyster shell, not so much the knife. If you stab yourself, the glove won't do much. There's a couple different oyster knives that you can get, different sizes and shapes of blades and different varieties. I like this knife for these small oysters. Then I want to advise you, if you're new to this, get a cutting board and a rag and hold your oyster under the rag on top of the cutting board. That way, if your knife goes through, it doesn't go into your hand, it goes into the cutting board. And you want to aim for the bill, the beak, as it's sometimes called, the hinge. This is where the two shells are bonded together, and then there is a muscle right here that you need to cut that holds the two oyster shells together. So the first thing you do is you want to work your knife into that hinge, and you come in at an angle like this, and it applies a fair amount of force. I'm not driving a lot of effort in there. I'm just trying to get a good purchase. A little side-to-side action is good, especially. And then when you feel like you've got a good purchase, give it a little twist, like a key, and that should separate the two valves. It takes a little bit of strength, but the key, you're really not, you shouldn't be tired after shucking, just a few dozen. And once you've popped that hinge and separated the two valves, now your secret is to, usually there's a little bit of mud in the hinge, so I like to wipe that mud off, not inject it into the shell. And then I slide the knife along the flat top valve of the oyster. And remember, I'm aiming to cut that muscle that's right there. And then slide the knife to the side to cut that muscle. And then you can lift the shell off. And if you've done a good job, it's a perfect specimen oyster. You get any little shell chips or mud that's in there. And then you need to sweep the muscle clear from the bottom shell so that you can slide that oyster into your mouth. And you can do it from either side. And once you've done that, it should be just sliding around there. Then you might want to have a drop of lemon. I like 1 or 2 drops of lemon on my oysters before I get to suck them down. Heaven on earth.